Okay. Well, he started off really good. Hitting it with air was definitely the great start. Removed about 80–90% of those contaminations. It was mostly loose soil. So follow that up with a dry vac and some spot treatment, and she was good to go. Unfortunately, drowned this thing in chemical, and then following it up with a drill brush. It's surfactant overload. It's the theoretics of all the foam. But that foam stayed perfectly white. And all that was doing basically was driving the contamination deeper and spreading around. If there was any what was left, the nap looked fine and lifted at the end with a few spots that needed to be addressed. Then going and hitting that with steam, there was nothing that required steam. The steam was opening up those fibers and pushing it down even further if it already wasn't from the drill. Then a power washer, and the power washer only drowned the material, pushed things further. You see the surfactants from that chemical just spreading through. Yes, he hits it with an extractor after. Did that extractor lift everything out? No, not at all. It was basically pulling some of the water out just to be hit with chemical again. A toothbrush with no accuracy, steam with no accuracy again, and in the end, you get the detailing lines. The detailing lines have to stop. That's a big myth. It's a theoretics. The whole thing was basically theoretics. You see a lot of professionals do this where it's the more steps, the more chemicals, and the more tools looks professional, and it's just theoretics. It adds nothing to it. It's all unnecessary. It's actually more abusive to the material than it is helpful. Again, you could have finished this in 3 easy, simple steps with almost no chemical. So not to bash on the guy. These kind of things get spread a lot. He probably saw someone do the same thing, and it gets repeated and repeated, and it should stop here. And yeah, at the end of that, when he drops the floor mat, and you hear that thud, that's the giveaway. The material, that floor mat, was still heavily saturated, and when it finally dries and the capillary action kicks in, all that residue from the chemical is going to be well embedded and onto the fibers. The contaminations are coming back, and everything is. It's not going to be pretty when that dries. No.